Hey Landon, good to see you. I was talking to your mom on the phone and she told me that you are really getting excited about going out in the woods and learning how to camp and hunt and all that stuff. So I can't be there with you right now and you can't be up here, so I thought I would just build you your own YouTube channel, call it Lessons for Landon, and teach you as much as I can right here. So hang on for your first lesson. Hi buddy, welcome back. Now it's okay to bring your friends along and even have Maggie sit there and Kayla and everybody because it doesn't hurt for them to learn either. But the first thing that I'm going to teach you about is knots. And I'm going to do this in a series of different lessons because I want you to be able to practice each of these before you go on to the next lesson. So the first one I'm going to teach you about is exactly the parts of a rope that make up a knot or a hitch or a combination of the two. All right, so this is just regular rope, as you can see, and it's got a coiled end up here, you know, but here's how knots are made, developed. All right, on this end of the rope that's all coiled up, or the one you're not really using, we're going to call that the standing end or the static end. On this side of the rope over here, this is the working end, because this is the guy that's going to be giving you all the business. In between here, we call this the running end. So you got your standing end, you got your working end, and what's in between, that is called the running end. Now, anytime you have the running end and you cross it over itself, whether it's over or under, that is called a loop. You see that? You know what a loop is. There it is. And then the other thing, this here, when you take that running end and you bring it together like that, that is called a bite. So just real quick here, this is your standing end. This is your working end. In between, that is called your running end. When you cross the running end across itself like this, you form a loop. And if you bend it over like this and come together like that, whether it's pinched or it's like this, anytime you got that bend in it like that, that is called a bite. Okay? So I'm going to put that to the side because I'm going to teach you your first knot today. And this is something that you already know how to do, because every time that you tie your shoes, the first thing that you do, that is called a half hitch, believe it or not. And a half hitch is very, very important. So I'm going to pass this under this little log. Okay. Now, if you want to go out and get yourself a piece of rope and pause the video and come and follow me and get yourself a little log, you can. All right. So I'm passing it under. And just like you do with your shoe tying, I'm taking both these ends here and I'm crossing them and I'm just pulling it down. You see that? That is called a half hitch. And you make that all the time. See? Now if you're tying your shoes, you're going to take and you're going to make a bite, and then you're going to make another bite, and you form those together and you pull it. You see that? You didn't know that you were making a fancy knot, did you? That's called a double bite on a half hitch. Wow, you already know that. So let's do it again. We're talking about a half hitch. Now, half hitches are good for holding something temporarily. That's it, because they're not very strong. If you put weight on them, they could come apart. So to keep them from coming apart very easy, we take the half hitch and do it again, the same exact thing, and that's called a double half hitch. And now that thing is really strong and it's not going to come apart very easy at all. That's your first lesson right there. You learned what parts of the knot were on the rope. You learned a half hitch. You learned a double half hitch. So you practice that over and over again. Anytime I teach you anything, no matter what it is, you got to practice it over and over again before you go out into the bush, before you go out into the woods out there. You don't want to have to learn out there. You want to be able to use it out there when you need it. So until next time, you take care. Papa loves you.